how to do a vision board. Vision boards are something where there's directions all over the internet. However, as I am the queen of manifestation, you're going to want to learn how to do this from me. Vision boards are actually a really, really big practice. They're easy and fun and quick to get started, but with the right support, you can take this so deep, so far, and use the vision boards to manifest absolutely everything you desire. So I have some quick rules for vision boards. First and foremost, you're going to want to work with physical pictures. Don't search on the internet and then print them out. That's another practice. Start with physical pictures. Sift and sort, collect magazines, collect catalogs, collect any kind of image that you can find, travel brochures that are on paper. Spend time looking through pictures in your hands, ripping out the ones that you want, and then trimming away all of the bits and pieces that you don't want, so that you wind up with a very, very neat stack of images that just thrill you. Every image in that stack should be something that's just, oh, so delicious. What you're doing when you're doing that, as you are physically sifting and sorting through the images, you are with your hands making a mechanical shift in the world that corresponds with an energetic shift that's going on in your brain, in your heart, in your soul. And by giving your hands and your eyeballs something to do, something to touch, something to see as you are doing this inner work, it actually deepens it and makes it more effective. Next, when you are selecting your images, stay away from text, numbers, or symbols. If you find those that appeal to you, collect them by all means, but set them aside for a different practice. Remember, I said there are multiple ways to do vision boards. This one right here is the one that I'm showing you that is the easiest, quickest, and most fun way to get started without a support system in place. This is a go do it yourself kind of vision board. But again, if you come across like numbers, letters, text, symbols that appeal to you, just keep them and set them aside for a future project. Why no numbers? Why no symbols? Here's the thing, the universe, the wider universe, and your subconscious brain both behave in a similar way. And so while you're doing this practice of putting together a vision board, you've got two levels of things going on. You are having a conversation with your subconscious brain, hence images are very important because your subconscious brain is pre-verbal and communicates largely through images and emotions, feelings, and feelings convert to images. So when you are speaking the languages of images to your subconscious brain, you are speaking a language that works. And so as you sift and sort these images, you're going to be sifting and sorting lots of deep, deep, deep things. Baggage, emotion, digesting good memories, maybe reframing bad memories, choosing a different path. It's a really deep work when you sift and sort images physically in your hand, because energetically there's a reflective sifting and sorting going on with your subconscious, with your memories, with your stories. And at the same time, this is the same language that the universe uses. And so as you sift and sort with your hands and on the interior, you're also sifting and sorting this energy with the larger universe. So again, save those numbers, letters, words for a different activity and just stick with images. And when it comes time to sit down and make your vision board, that's the time to reach for the glue and the paper and the glitter sticks and the stickers. Stickers are important, and all of those images that you love. Just put them on the page in a way that pleases you. It can be messy, it can be disorganized, it can be very concrete, or it can be extremely abstract. The process of putting together a vision board is highly, highly personal. And if you'd like to take a deeper dive with support, keep an eye out. There will be more resources coming your way. But in the meantime, do me a favor, put down in the comments, what things would you like to put down on your vision board right now? Because the best time to do a vision board is always in the moment when you're excited. Start to gather, start to collect. The perfect images will find their way to you. And with the perfect images, it will be very, very easy to create a vibrational version of your best life that you're attracting